This is the JP News, now in HD. Tonight's feature, Hugh T Farley, Retirement Plans.
Hello, I'm Sean Pinella. You're watching JP News. Tonight is a memorable moment in New York State history. Tonight, we salute you, Hugh Farley, a senator that's been a senator for many decades, for many generations, since I was young to the age I am now, and many of other people have seen a lot of things, good things from him. We're taking a key hall where tonight, Neil Golub from Price Chopper is going to talk his experiences. Mike Kravis, the head of the Republican Committee, will speak all his memories with him, along with many others, including his son, and of course, Hugh Farley himself. You're in for a treat tonight on JP News. 3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Sean Pinella. I'm with
Jess.
and we're here at Hugh Farley's retirement. How do you feel about today?
It's a great day. It's for a great man. I think it's all fitting. All the accolades that were given to the senator. It was well deserved. I've known him for just about all the 40 years he's been on the Senate. He worked with my dad with some auto value legislation back years ago because I grew up in that family business. And I've known him through the years through politics and being involved. He's a good man. He's a humble man. With Hugh, what you see is what you get. He's genuine, and that's what made him a man of the people. And I think that's what really makes the man. And I just wish him all the best in his retirement. Him and his wife. It's well deserved, and I think his legacy will live on.
I heard earlier you're very inspired by him in his speaking, the way he talks. He is for the community. He's been everywhere.
Yes, he has.
I don't think there's somebody he hasn't been. And over the decades, a lot of communities supported him. He won every year. It's obvious. We saw that tonight. And
that's what tells it all. The election results tells us if somebody's doing the job or they're not doing the job. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's
obviously he's been doing the job. To be there for 40 consecutive years is just amazing. It's amazing.
That's a stretch.
That speaks the volumes for the kind of man that he was and the kind of representative he was for the people.
That's what matters.
We always need representatives like that more and more. So that's a good example for anybody who wants to get into politics to follow is the legend of Hugh Farley. What he's done and how he's accomplished.
Yeah. I think he's a definition of public servant. What do you think?
That's what it's all about.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vince.
Okay.
Remember, this is not the first time you've been on JP.
In 1996, after serving in private practice as an attorney and then deputy attorney general, I was very fortunate to be hired by Joe Bruno, who was then the majority leader of the New York State Senate, as a Senate counsel. In that role, I have been fortunate since that time, 21 years, to work alongside my dad. I can tell you that has been the greatest blessing of my life. I was able to see firsthand my hero working tirelessly for the people of our community. I saw how respected he was by other staff, by his colleagues, and most importantly, by the people of his district. I saw firsthand how devoted he was to helping others. My dad is a selfless, humble, genuinely good person. But most important, he's the finest father anyone could ever ask for. I've never seen anything like it. The love and affection that this man endures is incredible. You will see this in the video.
What a beautiful day. I'm here with.
Maria Peterson.
And what do you how do you help the community?
Actually, last year I ran for a village seat for the Village of Scotia trustee.
Oh, okay, Scotia.
Yes.
Scotia, nice. Scotia, New York.
Absolutely. We're on the map.
They're celebrating us, celebrating Hugh Farley too.
Yes, we are. And I tell you, we love the man. He's great. He's done a lot for our community. And I had the pleasure last year when I was running that he was there. He was in the thick of it. He was
There's a lot of energy.
Steps.
A lot of energy, yes.
He was knocking on doors with Mr. Tedisco, who's senator now, of course, Tedisco.
Right.
Mary Beth Wall.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we all were doing the knocking on doors and getting the support, and Senator Farley was right there with us. And I appreciate you, Senator. I'm glad that you were here for us, and thank you so much. Happy retirement.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that you're still helping out Scotia.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
And I'm sure he appreciates it.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here representing Senator Amador this evening. He sent his apologies and regrets for not being able to make it. Somehow it's fitting that I'm the one who got elected to be here because, as many know, I worked for Senator Farley for many years. Maybe not quite as long as David Petrequin did, but almost. You, Senator Farley, should understand better than anyone what a league budget like the cabinet was like, and I'm sure you know that Senator Amador and Senator Tedisco and others would much rather be here than not at the cabinet tonight. I'm honored to present you with the Senate resolution sponsored by Senators Amador and Tedisco and co-sponsored by every member of the majority conference in the state Senate. This resolution is in special recognition of Senator Hugh T Farley and his 40 years of devoted service to the people of New York State. Thank you. I've been an attorney for 25 years. I've served on the town board in my town for 8 years. I've had a life of service, I think, to the community, but I feel like a child standing up here right now to talk about this man that I've known for about 10 years. When I was on the town board in Boston, Senator Farley helped us to get a generator to make our town hall an emergency shelter, which helped so many people. His help to our local library, his love of libraries and his support of libraries is legendary. I know that there are people in this room that feel the same way, that know that. And I was honored, and I really lobbied to be on the libraries and education technology committee in the assembly, because my argument was we're losing Senator Farley for libraries in our community. You need to put me on to hopefully try to do the same kind of work. So I really feel that Senator Farley's energy and excitement and enthusiasm for his work is so contagious. I've walked in parades with him where he has laughed me. I mean, he really just has so much energy. I don't know where he gets it from. I wish I had more. I'm so happy for you that you get a chance to see and feel the love that's in the room here tonight for you. And know that as I approach my work, I feel as Senator Fleming said that I'm looking to your example that you set to be the kind of leader that never forgets the community, that never forgets that grassroots.
I have this resolution from the city of Schenectady. And I'm going to read this because it's so well put together and it says so much about the senator. I think it's very important. Whereas on December 31st, 2016, Senator Hugh T Farley retired from New York State Senate after serving our Senate district for 40 years, the second longest service of any New York State Senator. And whereas Senator Farley was the fifth of 6 boys born to Edward and Laura Farley in Watertown, New York, and as a young man growing up in Indian Lake, enjoyed competing in boxing, baseball, basketball, tennis, and when he was working as a paper boy, farmhand, mechanical railroad lineman. What did you do in your spare time? Whereas Senator Farley earned an associate's degree from Mohawk Valley Community College and a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Albany after serving in the U.S. Army during the Korean War. Whereas, like members of this body, Senator Farley began his career in government at the local level as a member of the Niskayuna Town Board. And whereas Senator Farley was first elected to the New York State Senate in 1976 and quickly distinguished himself as the first chairman of the Senate Standing Committee on Aging in 1977, where he authored laws creating New York's hospice care system and prohibiting mandatory medical intervention and treatment for terminally ill patients. And whereas in 1985, as chairman of the Senate Environmental Conservation Committee, he championed the Environmental Quality Bond Act that provided $1.45 billion to clean up hazardous waste sites and was named Legislator of the Year by the New York State Conservation Council. And whereas, as chairman of the Committee on Banks, he sponsored legislation to permanently deregulate interest rates and give New York State chartered banks the same authority as federally chartered banks. And whereas Senator Farley's long tenure as chair of the Senate Select Committee on Libraries has earned him recognition as a national leader and advocate for libraries and literacy. And whereas he is probably best known locally as the lead sponsor for legislation creating the Zone 5 Law Enforcement Training Center on Erie Boulevard, bearing his name, and as author of the Metroplex Department Authority legislation creating the vehicle for the restoration of downtown Schenectady. And whereas Senator Farley has been blessed to be married to Sharon, his wife, for 57 years, and to have 3 adult children, Susan, Robert, and Margaret. Whereas on Wednesday, April 5th, 2017, at Key Hall in downtown Schenectady, friends, family, and colleagues will present a salute to Senator Hugh T Farley. It is fitting and proper that this body pause in its deliberations to acknowledge life's work and accomplishments of this dedicated public service. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Gary R. McCarthy and the City Council of the City of Schenectady congratulate Senator Hugh T Farley on his 40 years of service in the New York State Senate and wish Senator Farley and his wife Sharon a happy and healthy retirement. This is well deserved, and I'm proud to present this to you.
Hello, I'm Sean Pennell and I'm with
the Niskayuna Republican Committee! Woo! Yeah! Go Hugh!
Yes, go Hugh. Listen, everybody, this is another great night. I don't think he's over with yet. He's just from one retirement to his next. That's how I feel. Because you can just tell he's just, what can we do next to better our community? I want to know what's your involvement and all of your people's involvement so the people at home know what you guys are doing.
I'm the secretary of the Niskayuna Republican Committee. This is my younger brother Jacob. He's about to go to law school.
Nice. And you?
This is Sarah Ebke. She's my girlfriend and also a staunch Republican.
So this one's your fan then?
Yeah, I'm the supportive team.
And I'm Isaac and I work for the Niskayuna GOP.
I'm going to leave the camera up to you guys to say one by one what you feel about Hugh Farley and what he means to you.
Starting with you, I guess.
Hugh Farley is a dedicated senator and we can't thank him enough for his dedication to our community.
Yeah, just as Isaac say, thank you so much, Senator Farley, for your service. We really appreciate it.
His service and his dedication to his community is unrivaled. We all appreciate it. He's been an absolute public servant for his entire life, and we thank him for that.
Thank you, Senator Farley, for your 40 years of dedicated service to our community. We couldn't thank you enough.
20 years ago today, you and Assemblyman Jim Tedisco cut the ribbon on that senior center. And they talked about how important you were to that project. And so they wanted me to bring you a little gift. It's a lifetime membership to the Glenville Senior Center. That annually, it's under the limit. The board also passed a resolution, and I won't read the entire resolution, it's 2 pages, because you have a long history, very long history. But some of the things you've done for us in the town of Glenville was help us secure the Maritime Center, donating 12 acres of property to the town to be used for future development. Obviously, as the seniors indicated, you've recently just secured a grant for them to continue their expansion, and you got us a grant to help invest in a water plant, which is critically important. So you've done so much, and what the board wanted to do is give you a little token of our appreciation. And so I won't read the resolution, other than to tell you the last line, be it further resolved that the supervisor and the town board hereby declare today, Wednesday, April 5th, 2017, is Senator Hugh T Farley Day throughout the town of Glenville. So congratulations, it's your day.
Another old friend, 95-year-old Frank J. Ducey, gave me a call and said, please extend my best wishes to my friend Hugh Farley. Senator, the microphone is yours. Thank you for everything. Everybody in this room is my dear friend, and I mean that. As they came in, I just couldn't believe how far people came from County, Farley, to Farley, so many, Petrequin, Farley, Syracuse. There were 15 or so or more senators called me that wanted to be here, that couldn't be here. Mary Beth, I'm very thrilled that you would be escaping. You know, Schenectady is one of the smallest counties in the state of New York, Turkey, and we have 2 senators in this town, in this county, Senator Tedisco and Senator Amador. You know, all I can say is thank you so much for coming. I'm honored by everybody's presence here. But you know, the most important thing to everybody is the family. And I'm at this table, I have, with my family, please stand up and I'll say something about it. She's just getting over the flu, but she feels well. She's doing very well. She regrets not being here. I regret it even more because if she could have heard all of those things, she might be. I'd like to say my 2 granddaughters here, Sally Ann Harper, who's a wife of Coxon, and Steve Farley, who has just been admitted to American University Law School, where I went, graduated from. Dr. Dunkley's wife, and of course my daughter Susan, and my best friend Bob, and of course her husband Jill Harper, who was the youngest licensed sea captain in the United States. It owns one of the most successful furniture factories in Maine in the nation. I'll tell you, I'm very Neil. He's like a brother to me, Neil Golub. And I'll tell you, you're talking about things that I do for the community. How about the Golub Corporation when Neil and Jay Golub? Heard some ancient history from David Petrequin, who his wife has been with me my entire Senate career, my staff director, and David is one of the most renowned authors. You ought to buy his books because I know he can use the revenue. It just keeps going on and on. The year of this 5 presidents, six presidents, 1920, fascinating piece of reading. But anyway, I have to thank you all for coming, Ted, so many of you that are here, and of course the Sempians and Fulton County is here in force. We've got people from all over the district. You know, my Senate district, Jimmy Tedisco said to me, Hugh, do you want it back? It's the second largest in the state of New York, and I'll tell you, it does get you out of the house a lot. But I've loved it. I love my career. But the biggest thrill that I've ever had is trying to represent my district because it's been a joy for me. I thank you all for coming and putting up with all of this nonsense and so forth that they talk about me. But thank you, and most of that was true.
Senator Farley, on behalf of the Petrequin County Republican Committee and all of our candidates, now over the past 40 years, I want to thank you for all of your support, the committee and our candidates. Best of wishes for all healthy and happy retirement.
Hi, Senator Farley, and hello to all those who are there to salute your outstanding public service career. Senator, I had thought that the most difficult job I could ever have was in the Assembly, being outnumbered 2-1. But after my election to the 49th Senate District seat, I realized that it's actually happy to succeed you, someone who's left an unbelievable legacy of what a public servant should truly be. Over the years, as my senator, friend, and mentor, we not only worked together, but many times made it fun to do so. I thank you for your sense of humor and the patience you've shown towards me on occasions when I kind of get off the ranch. There was no public servant who ever served with more integrity, honor, and honesty than Senator Hugh Farley.
Senator Farley, you have a quality, many qualities that can't teach: honesty, loyalty, trustworthiness, and these things can't be taught. Those are the kinds of things that people look for you and respect from you. And statesmen like me hope to be statesmen like you eventually, and a great example you set for all of us.
Senator Farley, we just want to thank you for all you've done for Tommy and
Yes, you are.
And for your support of our senior senator's pension. And for representing us in the state of
Senator Farley, everyone knows you by that name, but to me, you're just my dad. I've had the blessing of having the greatest parents that anyone could ever ask for. I've had the blessing of working with you for most of my career. You're a person who is not only my hero, you're my role model. And all I can say that really sums up my feelings is you love me more than anything in the world, and you're the greatest.
May God bless you.
I always supported you, Senator, and I support you too. I watched your decades of success turn into accomplishments. Congratulations.
Know the truth and see the light surrounding you.
Hey, Sean.
3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Sean Pinnell, and I'm here with
Senator Hugh Farley.
Yes, the boy, what an honor to be speaking to you.
Well, thank you. You know, this dinner was an absolute moving experience for me. You know, after 40 years in the Senate, the second longest serving in the state in history, I had a lot of memories, and many of them were brought up, and I'm just so grateful. You know, one of the most beautiful things was having the opportunity to serve the public. You know, that's a real honor, and I tried to serve with honor and integrity, and I think I did.
Yes, and your voting records prove it. Year by year, you got it. No matter what changes were happening, and what they call maybe fake news or whatever was in the newspaper. There's always a different side to every story. But what is that you succeeded anyway.
I did.
You fought opposition, and that's what's important.
I didn't come from a wealthy family or anything, but I was able to win my races as big as any in the state, generally speaking. And I'm so grateful to the people that sent me there. And I tried to do the best I could, and I just loved it. But retirement is due. I just want to spend more time with my family, my wife.
Your number one fan too.
Yeah. My wife had some health issues, and she spends the winter in Florida. And I'm enjoying that too. Doing a lot of exercising and keeping busy.
Yeah, good to keep him busy. Neil Golub had a price shop that was really inspired by you. He said a lot of good things. We have the footage of that.
Neil is like a brother to me. He goes way back.
Wow.
He was a friend of mine and helped me when I first ran for the Niskuna Town Board. And he's been like a second father to my son Bob. And Neil is a very dear friend. But boy, what he has done for Schenectady in this community.
He has. He's definitely inspired from you, and there's probably countless others that have, seen what you did, and it's probably safe to say you inspired them also. I see you also. We had the gentleman from Top's Diner. He was.
Yes.
Yes. He was said some candid things. What was your relationship?
Well, he was an intern as a very young man in my office in my second year. And
inspiration keeps coming.
And I used to drop by his diner, which is quite a lovely diner. Top's Diner is lovely. And he's worked very hard to make it a very successful business. And
it's grown. Have you seen it? The old look.
Yeah, he's done quite a job. He's been a dear friend. So he's now deputy supervisor.
Yes, at Rotterdam Town Board, and. So I'm trying to remember anything else. I know I have the exclusive with you. Do the people at home know anything new or any ideas that you have? Community-orientated, volunteer-orientated? Just anything in general that you didn't tell them out there yet. Maybe I could get the little...
Well, I think it's very important. There's so many people beating up on public service and so forth.
Absolutely.
And I'm very anxious to get good people to run for office, good people to serve.
George Amador, Senator Tedesco.
George is terrific. I gave up half my Senate district to create his. I gave up Montgomery, Rotterdam, Montgomery County, Rotterdam, to help make him a senator. And I couldn't be more thrilled with how well he's doing.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely in about. I feel he's covering the help people that are with addiction, to help people.
Huge, and he's right on top of these issues that are so important. Workman's compensation.
Another one. Yes.
Addiction. He's been really speaking up and doing things on that.
Yeah.
And the epidemic, the heroin epidemic, and so forth, is sad and terrible. And something has to be addressed.
Yes, and we're working. We're working in the community with. I'm working with the Bridge Church. I'm a spokesperson with that. I'm speaking with the Bethesda House. I spoke with my people, and we're trying to form a team together.
I was very supportive of the Bridge.
Pastor Book out, awesome.
Goes way back with that.
Yes, so good. I got some, seasoned such as yourself to help me with that. It would help us as a community fight that heroin epidemic because it's really terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Jess, you have anything?
Well, I appreciate all that you do and this public service that you provide. I think it's wonderful. my best to everybody, and there was so much love in that room tonight. I just couldn't get over it.
And so we have
It's been a pleasure to interview you on JP News, and you are the first person to ever be interviewed on JP News in a vault.
That's true, a bank vault.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was chairman of banks for over 20 years.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
That relates. But
what can you say to any new person that wants to get into politics because they're
somebody once told me, an old political leader, he said, Hugh, you do what is moral and right, be the politically smart thing every time. That's a good standard to hold.
That's timeless.
I like that. Yeah.
I tried to do what I thought was morally right, and
you did. It made a difference.
That's politically smart. People, you don't have to agree with everything that somebody does, but they respect you if you believe in it.
Right.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you and your station.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.